The Elephant and His Friends. Dembo the elephant woke up one morning and took a tour in the forest looking for friends. He ran into a monkey and asked him, "Can we be friends, monkey?"
"You're too big, and you can't swing on trees like me, so I can't be your friend,"
said the monkey. Then he left. Dembo carried on until he came upon a rabbit and asked him if he could be his friend.
"You're too big to enter my burrow. You can't be my friend,"
said the rabbit. So Dembo carried on looking for a friend. Then he met a frog and asked him if he could be his friend.
"You're too big and heavy, and you can't jump like me. I'm sorry, you can't be my friend," said the frog.
Then Dembo met a snake and asked him to be his friend, and he received the same answer, that he's too big and cannot be a snake's friend. The next day all the animals in the forest were running in fear. Dembo stopped a bear and asked him what was happening. The bear said that a tiger was attacking every animal in sight. Dembo wanted to save the weak animals, so he went to the tiger and said,
"Please, sir, leave my friends alone. Don't eat them."
The tiger didn't listen to Dembo and told him to mind his own business. So the elephant kicked the tiger and frightened him. The tiger ran away. Dembo then returned to the other animals and told them what had happened. When they heard how the elephant had saved their lives, they all said in harmony,
"Your size is just right to become our friend."
The animals realized that a friend is not measured by his shape, size, or color, but by loyalty and love. The Cat and the Bell. At a grocery store in the city lived a large family of mice. It was a perfect place for them to live, for there was plenty of food for all the family members. They had big appetites for all kinds of delicious food. They ate everything: spoiled bags of grain, bread, biscuits, and fruits in the grocery store where they lived. When the grocer saw how the mice had destroyed the goods and bags of food, he was worried about his store and goods, for the mice wasted much of it. So he thought, "I should buy a cat and let it stay in the store to scare the mice. They will escape to somewhere else, and that way I will be rid of them." And so the grocer bought a big cat and left him in the store at night, which was when the mice came out to eat. The cat had fun chasing and catching the mice. They weren't able to move freely now because they were afraid of the cat that guarded the grocery store at night. The mice held an emergency meeting.
"We must get rid of the cat. Can someone give a suggestion?"
one said. All the mice sat and brooded until a smart-looking mouse stood up and said, "The cat moves softly to sneak up and chase us. That is the problem. If we can tie a bell around his neck, we will be able to know his movements and where he is."
"Yes, that is the answer,"
said the other mice. An old mouse stood up slowly and asked, "Who would tie the bell around the cat's neck?" All the mice remained silent in fear, and no one answered. So the old mouse suggested they leave the store and search for another place to live in peace, far from the cat. They all agreed. That's how the grocer's idea worked, and peace returned to the store. The Miser and the Gold. Uncle Melvin lived alone in a big house with a large garden. He was a miser who owned a lot of gold coins and never spent any of them. He kept them in a hole in the garden covered with some stones. Every day, before he went to sleep, he would go to the hole where he hid his coins and counted the stones covering them to make sure the gold was secure in the hole. He repeated this every day and never spent any of the hidden gold. One day a thief found out about the miser, so he watched him until he learned the gold's location. The thief waited for the miser to return home, and at nightfall he went to the secret hole and took the gold and ran away. The next day Melvin the miser found the stones on the hole scattered and the gold missing. He screamed out loud, "Oh!" His neighbor heard his screaming and asked, "What happened?" When the neighbor found out what had happened, he asked,
"Why didn't you save the money inside your house? It would have been easier to reach the money when you needed to buy something."
"Buy something?"
said Melvin.
"I never used the gold to buy anything. I would never spend it."
When the neighbor heard Melvin, he threw a stone in the hole and said,
"If that is the case, keep this stone instead of the gold. It's as useless as the gold you lost."
Uncle Melvin learned that by being stingy, you're only saving money for others to spend.